Hey YouTube, it's New Mistaka here, and I thought to change the pace of my channel from just unboxings, we would have a chat today about something which is more and more often heard, particularly where you've seen all of my videos on Chinese medals or non-fiat coins, is whether fiat really matters. You know, I think until I got into precious metals, the only fiat that I knew is the Fiat Panda or some other European motor car, the Fiat 500, and anything non-fiat is, well, anything that isn't a Fiat motor car. But there you go. What does fiat add to a coin? I think all of us have been brought up on regular normal coins, collecting coins of the realm, coins that have been used for currency and transactions, and that's really what fiat means. Anything with a number on it, anything which is minted by a government for the purpose of transacting. But over the last few years, as more and more commemoratives have come onto the market, although those coins have a fiat value, they're not really absolutely intended as currency in any way, and the values on them tend to be very nominal. So, are they really so much better than coins or medals that don't have a fiat number on them? That's what I really want to know. And medals recently have been associated with the Chinese mints, where you get the main mints producing the Fiat Panda, and then you have a number of the other mints like Shanghai, who produce the baby pandas. You've got Shenzhen mint that produce the new moon panda. You've got Nanjing mint that produce the Nanjing Panda series, and then you've also got Shenyang mint that produce the Panda Lunas. So each of the mints have got their own thing, and they're obviously non-fiat coins. They're coins in type and shape, but they're non-fiat because they don't have any kind of denomination on them. And now you have America doing exactly the same thing with the new medal, which was a sellout. The Liberty medal was a sellout within a few, certainly, hours or days. I'm not quite sure. I never went on the site to try and buy it, but I know that from seeing all of the videos on those medals, that they were certainly incredibly popular, and a lot of people were able to make money flipping them. So now that the Americans are at it, as well as the Chinese, and is it really important if something has a fiat value? Do you guys treasure it more because it's got an amount on? Does the amount actually mean anything to you? Maybe non-fiat is actually something which is better, and I know there's lots of opinions when it comes to some of the Chinese medals that non-fiat is actually an up-and-coming collector's area in its own right, because a lot of the mintages for non-fiat releases are way lower than the fiat releases. And so if you take something like the Panda, the Silver Panda 2016 30 gram, you've got anything up to 8 million, is it, that are produced of that coin. So it's hardly something which is rare. It's still a premium coin because it's beautifully produced, it's highly desired, it comes in the capsule, and people collect series of fiat pandas as opposed to fiat pandas. And you then compare that to something like the Panda Luna medal series, the non-fiat series, 299 coins of the goat, 499 of the monkey, there'll be 499 of the rooster. These mintages are absolutely minuscule, and is that a good thing? Let's take a look at some of the Chinese medals, for example, and let's compare something like the Moon Panda, which had 1 ounce medal, had 5,000 mintage, produced by the Shenzhen Mint and sponsored by MCM and Government. So not sold in China at all, totally contrived based on a Chinese theme, but not really sold to the Chinese people at all. And I've got no doubt that within the next few days they'll sell out of all 5,000 of that edition. It's proved incredibly popular, it's beautifully made, it's got no fiat amount on it, it's a medal. Then you've got a number of the kind of privately sponsored, well I suppose they're commercially sponsored, the same way as MCM or Government sponsor a medal. You have a number of sort of smaller sponsors sponsoring some of the low volume medals from the other mints, and some of those mintages are sold to both China and the West. It tends to be the people who find out about it in the West from forums, who find out about it from the local Chinese dealer. It's very small amounts. So for example, the mintage of the brass edition for the Nanjing Panda was 99 coins, 99 medals. The mintage of the silver edition, which is a 65-gram silver medal, very smart medal, now sold out, I think, and that was 199 medals in the edition. When you think of the hundreds of millions of Chinese potentially interested in their own culture and in these editions, plus all of the Western collectors, these mintages are absolutely tiny. And you know what I think is happening is that the success of these editions is really all about marketing, because you've got the massive marketing of something like Government or MCM, and they're able to put the story out about the Moon Festival Panda, so it takes on a life of its own. There's demand in the UK, there's demand in the States, and then you take something like the Nanjing Pandas. The Nanjing Pandas effectively were such a small edition, they sold out before people generally even knew they existed, and now they're reaching very good prices in the secondary market. So it may be that that will develop into a series, and it'll probably be next year, if it's done in the same way, a fairly small edition. But just imagine if Non Fiat was something that was more widely available in the States, or sold in a better way through something like MCM or Government, how popular these non-Fiat editions could be based on the recent history of the Moon Festival Panda. So that's all I really want to say. I haven't got any particular conclusion one way or the other about whether for the future it's worth investing more of your investment in non-fiat compared to fiat. But I do think that given how little the fiat amount on a coin actually means, that there is now increasingly a more level playing field between both of these two types of beautiful edition, coin, non-fiat medal, whatever you care to call it. So let me know what you guys think. Sorry about this ramble. Hopefully I managed to find some interesting, beautiful footage to go with this voiceover. And so thanks for watching, and please like, subscribe and leave plenty of interesting comments, positive or negative.